So it's coming up for 2025 and it is integral right now for all of us to be preparing for what 2025 is going to bring. Whatever's on that horizon, whatever doom and gloom, whatever misery we've been hearing and that we've been reading is going to be coming in 25, it is important, it is imperative that we take note now and start to plan what's coming ahead in the next year. My name's Mike, the company is Cavil, and we're here to help you to get the people right in your business, to help to make sure you've got a profitable business and a productive business. So with this in mind, I want to go through a video that's going to explore something really, really important right now.
House music.
And that is this, organizational change. Oh my God, straight away when you hear this is HR-ish terminology right now, just drip feeding in. Organizational change normally has the ramifications of thinking about redundancy, making mass moves of people and consultations and all sorts of horrible negative things. And I just said, we don't want to listen to all the negative stuff that's been out there that we've been reading. I would say take the title as a pinch of salt. It is what it is. It is organizational change, but I'm not looking at it from a negative perspective. I'm looking at it from a future planning perspective for 2025 and how we can make this a strength within our businesses to help us to be ready and to evaluate where we are and where we need to be. So making that transcendence from where we were to where we are going to be at the end of 2025. That's the future thought that we have here. So organizational change, it's an HRE type term. It doesn't have to be negative. Let's not look at it that way. So the first thing we want to look at is your business is a system. All businesses, every business is a system. When you think about it, if you are in the development of widgets, there is a process you have to go through to develop and create those widgets and then thus deliver those widgets to a customer. So there is a string of process. In fact, I would go so far as to say, without stealing the Wolf of Wall Street's issue here, it's a straight line process from A to B. And in that, you have subsystems. So I'm not going to get too technical in this video right now, but we want to make sure that the structure we have right now in our businesses, looking back at where we are in 2024, where we want to be in 2025, that those systems are operating to their optimum. So are things being delivered in time? Do we have productive teams? Is the output of teams effective? Is it driving customer quality? Are we getting good feedback? What's the output from this? So if you are a social care business, okay, your delivery is looking after, let's just say, dementia patients. So you have a duty of care to deliver the highest possible patient care you can to your patients who you're obviously caring for and looking after. So when a person comes in, what is the process of delivering care? How do you do that on a daily basis? Are we doing that effectively? Do we have the right numbers of people in the teams to service the people that we're looking after? How is that functioning correctly? It's a system. So there are lots of micro systems. If you're working in sales, how are you getting leads in? How are you contacting leads? How are you then converting leads? What's the time scale? How many touch points are you having? There are lots of systems and subsystems within that process. So what we want to do is we want to review bottlenecks. Where are things slowing down? You may be in a situation where you say, productive, I don't know the answer to that. That in its own right is a bottleneck. If you don't know how productive your staff are, what the output levels are, how do you know you're getting value for money from the people you're employing and the wages you're paying? I would say that's a key starting point to see, well, how can I review that so that I can know that come the end of 2025? And so I can better know where my bottlenecks are in my business and my staff and my teams. And I can be nimble on my feet in my business to adjust around that throughout 2025 to make sure that I am removing bottlenecks and we are absolutely productive, providing the best level of care or getting the best quality sales and leads going, etc., the list is ending. It has to start there. How productive are you? Identify the systems, identify the subsystems in your business, and make sure that you're able to juggle and organize your people, your key resource in your business in an effective way to drive you through 2025. Second one, 24 versus 25. Really a lead on from number one. What worked in 2024, will it still work in 2025? The answer could be yes, I don't know. But you need to look within your business and think, how did we do in 2024? What are the challenges for us in our business, in our sector, geography, whatever the situation may be, that you need to review and see if the structure you have within your organization, structure in terms of the people, the roles, where they're situated, who they're looking after, what they're doing on a daily basis, is it appropriate for next year? Or do you need to think outside the box and think about how you can mold, change, and adapt to be ready for the challenges of 2025? 2025 is not going to be just a natural repeat of 2024. Things do change. We have a new government in place right now. There's a whole swathe, like I started off with, of negativity around national insurance increases for employers that's going to be hitting us in the next year. You've got all these different things about the Employment Rights Bill that are coming out as well. And there's going to be more to boot that's going to come. You know it will. Are you ready for those changes? It's not going to be the same. It's not a repeat. Number three, design versus evolved. What is your model? If you stopped and you had a little sense check of the structure in your organization right now, is it something that has evolved? In other words, is it something that you started off and it was just 3 of you, then you just thought, well, we need some more people in these roles, so you've got a couple more, and all of a sudden just ballooned and now there's 40 of you. How did it happen? If it's something that's just naturally evolved, that doesn't mean that it's the correct model. It doesn't mean that it's the right structure for your business for where you are right now. Is it something you've designed? If it's something you said, well, there were 3 of us to begin with, and we had a very defined kind of structure that we felt that we needed in our organization moving forward, and you've developed that, is that, again, coming back to this, is that still the right design moving forward, or do you need to change that and adapt? I would suggest if you are in a company where you've just evolved, which, by the way, is not a negative, a lot of small businesses evolve and then they design. That's the natural course of events. But if you are a business that has just naturally evolved, you absolutely have to stop and you need to look, because you need to apply a design to things. You need to make sure that the structure you have is fit for purpose for the business you're looking to be come December 2025. The fourth one is change for growth. Yes, I said that, change for growth. We look at always the 3 wrongs. I go on about these incessantly all the time. Wrong person, wrong role, wrong business. If you look at your structure, I will bet my house that you will have somewhere either the wrong person or the right person in the wrong role, or you might have the wrong person in the wrong role and in the wrong business. They may not be the right person to fit for your culture. They may not be the right person for the role, and they just may damn well be the wrong person in general. So it's the 3 wrongs. What we want to do is make sure that the people we have, we've got to imagine the individuals in your business are going to be the most costly asset in your organization, bar none other. I don't care what business you're in, that's a fact. Your people are going to be your most expensive outgoing and asset in your business. They're an asset if they are doing the right things that are driving your business forward. They're a liability if it's a cost that's dragging you down because they're not doing the right things. We want to make sure that we have the right people with the right skill sets, with the right experience in the right teams, dealing with the right clients, moving your business forward. That's how you're going to grow. Your people in your business are integral to your ability to grow and scale. No business, even with the AI bumping out everywhere, no business without people is going to be able to grow and scale. And we talk specifically to businesses in health and social care. It's very labor intensive. Think about restaurants and places like that. You can't operate without people. You need and must have people. But having people doesn't solve everything. You need to get value for money, return. That comes down to productivity, outputs again. But if you have the wrong people in the wrong roles, dealing with the wrong teams and the wrong clients, then you're going to get the wrong results. So make sure you change and review and are nimble to make sure you're ready for growth. That's the other thing. Build a plan. And that growth plan in number 5 is looking at where are you going to be? What is the situation in 2025? So looking back at your values, looking back at your goals and aspirations for what you want to achieve in 2025, how are you set? Is it something that's an organic growth? Is it something that you're just naturally going through the processes of? Comes back to the evolved situation with your teams. Is it just a natural kind of a process that's building on? If so, how is your team structured for organic growth? Is that something you're just going to continue to work through? How's that going to work? What's the system? Remembering, coming back to the very beginning, the very first point, what's the system in your business? And how does that relate to the people in your business? And if it is organic growth, is it correct? Is it the correct model you're adopting? If not, then you may need to think about doing some organizational change in 2025. The second kind of growth plan that you can look at is acquisition. Acquisition could be not naturally buying businesses, but are you looking to acquire growth? Is your structure built around trying to get more resources on board? Are you looking to acquire and buy? You could be looking to acquire and buy more businesses to add to your string, to your bow, and bring them into your fold. Is that going to be your model of growth? In which case, is your structure for that system still correct? And the third one is diversification. You may be, we were talking to a client recently, all their eggs are in one basket. Are you ready to look elsewhere as to how you can get more business in? What are the other markets you're going to be looking at? And is your structure ready for that kind of growth? If you are built in 2024 and you're just doing organic growth, but the next year you know it's going to be a challenge. So you know you need to diversify and get more clients in from different markets, maybe on different products. If that's the case, well, the model in 2024 is built for organic growth, not diversification, and you may need to change. You will need to change, in fact. So organization, there's too many orgs here. Organizational change in 2025 is going to be integral for all of us moving forward, because we need to plan and we need to know that staying still as we are may not be the correct answer to meet the challenges that are coming up in the next 12 months. So get yourself ready for 2025 and get onto this particular process. If you are interested in what we're talking about and like to have any further help and support, then click the link in the message below. Let me know. And equally, you can also get a free audit to get you ready for 2025. Thank you very much.